Um, what kind of a side do you think you will put out for a game like this? As I mentioned earlier, obviously top spot still to be decided, but you've already qualified for the next round.
Well, good morning. Okay, the first step we have done, so we are already qualified. But of course, in the draw, the best 16s, we never know what will be the draw. But of course, I think it's better to play the second leg at home. And just for the fact it's a game, and you have to prepare. I prepare, and the players going to prepare the same way than that as always. Tomorrow to win the game. So we're playing in front of our fans. It's a Champions League, a prestigious competition, and if we are able to win, we have to do that. And we're going to play to win the game.
Is there any updates on John Stones? Is his injury, and are there any other injury concerns for him this week?
No. The other is okay. John will be out between, I think, 4 or 6 weeks. So all the tough months will be out, and hopefully now recover well from the end of January, end of December, January.
Just finally from me, we've seen another Premier League manager losing his job today in Tony Pulis. Is that another sign of just how tough and pressurised the Premier League is?
Yeah, first I can say a big hug from Tony, like before he was in Village. Today it's like this. Before, when I was young, I said no, in England respect a lot of the contract, the managers never be sacked. It was so difficult. Now it's whatever is the same. So we have to accept that. We know that, and everybody knows when we don't have results. Managers here and win the Premier League, and a month later they will be sacked. So have to accept that and work with that situation. I'm really disappointed because I have a great relation for Tony Pulis. Every time we went to against West Brom, he was an amazing man, so gentle. Always we drink a good red wine. Hopefully we can do it again in the future.
Hello again, Pep. John Stones being out until the new year probably points out just exactly how many matches I think you've got 12 matches between now and Watford. So is this maybe an opportunity as well for some of your younger players? I know a lot of fans are quite excited still about Phil Foden. Is this a chance, if nothing else, to maybe get him involved around your squad, if not necessarily starting?
Yes, but Phil Foden can play in many positions, but not central defender. So no way, no chance for Phil. But of course, we don't have a big squad. So it's a pity because we lost more than 2 months and a half from Vincent Company, and of course in an official game with the national team, and now again John Stones in a friendly game. And to win the titles, we need all the squads, and especially this important player like John and Vinny. But on the other side, okay, we have the opportunity to show in the problems we will have, because it's not easy to play 12 games in a short time with just 3 central defenders. One of them is always a risk, like Vincent. What happened in the last 2 seasons, it's not easy to handle that. But on the other side, I'd like to leave that, how we react. How many players going to play, or how few players going to play in different positions they don't used to play, and how we react in that problems. Always when you be champions, you have to handle the bad situations, the tough situations. When everybody handle good and everybody is comfortable, that is not a lot of credit. We're going to see. We're going to see how we react in that tough moment, the most important moment of the season, until Watford 2nd of January, how we react in that situation.
So maybe then with that specific position, obviously.
Yeah, I understood, of course.
But maybe Toshing is an opportunity.
Yeah, maybe Toes. It's another option, of course. Yeah, we will see. It depends always the players how we handle that, but the players know that. We have Toes and Brahim and Phil is training with us since the beginning. From the beginning of the season, it's going to play. It's going to train, and they know they have a chance to play, of course.
Well, whilst you've been in England, you've done a few things that people have been surprised at, with Fernandinho playing at centre-half, sometimes Delph playing at left-back. What are your ideas of how you are going to use this or fill this central defensive position?
Which players can play there?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, we have Manga and Vincent and Nico. And of course, in that position, Kyle and Danilo, I think, can play. Fernandinho can play in that position as well. So, if Mendy was be able, I think, central defender can play as well. So, we have an option, but of course, there's not in that position. For a short time, for a few games, we can use him, but for a long time, maybe it's a little bit. But we will find a solution. So, we're going to play with 11, and I think with the spirit is good, and everybody can make a step forward, so it will not be a problem.
Hello, I'm from Dutch television. Are you going to play with a B squad tomorrow? The second team?
I understood the question, but I'm not agree with you, sorry. So, we don't have big team. In the important game in Napoli, for example, Napoli play Danilo and Gundogan when the people say it's the B squad. It's not B squad. So, we have a lot of games. I said to the players before the game against Leicester, so be ready, guys, because everybody's going to play. So, and tomorrow is going to play another guys with the fresh legs because it's just 3 days recovering, and it's going to play new players. But normally it's a B squad when you treat like a manager, like a club in different way for the other guys. It never happened in my period like a manager. It never happened in that club. So it's going to play a good 11 players to try to beat Feyenoord.
I can use other words. Is
Better.
Kevin De Bruyne going to play?
Tomorrow at 8, I think 7:45. Yeah, 6:45. 1 hour before the start of the game, you will know it.
Then another question about Feyenoord. How do you look at Feyenoord and at coach Van Bronckhorst? Because the results in the Dutch league are very bad, and in the Champions League even worse.
Well, you have to give a lot of credit since how many years Feyenoord didn't win the league? Many. So a lot of credit what he has done. So sometimes the period is a little bit up and down. So in Champions League they had a tough group, a real tough group because Manchester City and Shakhtar and Napoli, they are the top teams. And of course in the Dutch league always Ajax and PSV, so always they are a tough teams, so and good players. So but believe me, yesterday I spent all afternoon to watching the last games Feyenoord. I watched the game against Shakhtar, and I watched the game against other teams, and they play better than the results say. That is my feeling. So they play typical third man. Jorgensen is a good player, so the wingers had the quality 1 against 1. When they control the game, their attacking midfielders arrive between the channels, between central defenders and the fullbacks. So, for example, I saw the game against Shakhtar. They started really well. They scored a goal, and after 1 minute later, they suffered the 1-1, and 2 shots on target for Shakhtar, 2 goals. So sometimes I accept that, but the way they play is quite good. So I respect a lot the way they
have a chance tomorrow evening.
I don't know if you were able to have the opportunity like a guy in you when you were young and to play football. I don't know if you were playing football before, but I never met one guy, football player, to come in to play a football game and thinks I'm not going to lose or I'm not going to try to win. I never found one player like this. So I am pretty sure that Feyenoord travel this afternoon here to prepare well to try to win the game tomorrow. That I am pretty sure of that. After that, it will depend on our quality. It will depend our performance. Of course, Feyenoord has to know we're going to try to win the game, and never think they cannot win the game.
Okay, 1 second. Just a question, just here, please.
Is Phil Foden ready to start for Manchester City already, do you think? Is he ready to start a game?
Yeah, like Brahim as well, yeah. They are two young players that train the season. When I saw in the preseason, when I saw in the World Cup, in the training session every day, they are ready, yeah. If not, we'll not be training every day, every single day with us. So here in the high level, we try to help the young players, but they have to be quality to be with us. It's not just to have fun or just to be gentle for the guys for the academy. It's because they are there because they have a chance to play with us.
What have they been showing you over the last 4 or 5 months in training?
Who?
What's impressed you about Brahim and Phil?
No, the same we saw when they play in the second team and the third team. The skills are there, the quality are there. What we can help them is because the speed and the lack of time to think, the lack of time to take decisions is higher in our training sessions. So Phil has to fight the duels against Fernandinho, against Kevin, against Silva. It's just being there and looking the old guys, the experienced guys playing football, what they're looking at or looking for. So every day is a step to improve like players. So before, years ago, the people had more time to think. Now it's reduced that time to take decisions because everything is quicker. So the tennis today is quicker. So today the drivers in golf are longer. Everything is quicker. The players are faster in all sense, in physicality, in the mentally, and training in that level help to get him better. That's why I said from the beginning that guys. I said that in the preseason. That guy is going to train all the season with us, and they are there. So now it's play or no play. Of course, depend on many decisions, but they know that there are a lot of games, a lot of competition until now, and they have to be ready, because sometimes the manager makes surprises.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
How many games can a player these days play in a season? Because Gio has lost no end of players with injuries, hamstrings. In the first season that they played Champions League, you have 1 or 2 problems. What is, and how do you balance it? What is possible?
To avoid the injuries? To avoid injuries?
Yeah, for a whole season, yeah. Can you play 70 games? Can you?
Yeah, so, yeah. There are, first of all, see the historial for the players. There are players that play every 3 days and no injuries, and there are any other one play 1 week as injured. So the historial for the players is so important to pay attention. And after that, okay, so reduce the training, what do you need, but the short time, touch in the power. I think the power is the most important thing, more than endurance and other issues. And listen, have a good medical staff, physio staff. I think what we have here, it's unbelievable how good they are. Every day I'm with them, I am surprised how good the professionals we have. I really be lucky, intelligent of the players to knock the door when, I have a little bit problems here or there, to be calm, because sometimes rest 1 game, you can play the next 4. If you are be brave and you'll be strong to play in 1-1, we have a problems, you will be out 1 month. So everybody counts. The food, the rest, so everybody. But in that level, when you play 3 competitions or 4 competitions every 3 days a games, because in the international break, except 2 players, all of them were in national team, so you have to be careful. So of course, but you have to live with that, and we're going to do our best.
Last question. When you train, it's difficult to find a balance of how hard you train, of course, when you have so many games all season.
Yeah.
Gio says
Yeah.
sometimes you want to train more, but it's impossible.
It's impossible, yeah. You have to when you play every 3 days, 4 days for a long time, it's just good regeneration and good preparation for the next one. And you have to say something, try to do it quite well, to understand what we are looking for. That's why, for that reason, I think in the preseason, the people think about the physical condition, and that is when you have to work about the tactics, not in the physical. So in the preseason, every season you have to make tactics, what we are looking for. Because during the season, remember what we train. Because the physical condition arrive. So playing games and week, month by month. So it's not important. There's when you have to, every single day in the preseason, forget about run, forget about physical condition, it's work about tactics to keep what you are looking for the rest of the season.
Hi Pep, just talking about the condition of the players, and you mentioned how sometimes the players have to be intelligent and knock on your door and say, I need a rest. Sergio Aguero, he always says he's fine, but after what's happened in the last few weeks, the crash and the problem with Argentina last week, do you think he needs a rest?
No. Sergio, of course, after the crash, it was a little bit, he was fit, Sergio's fit. So for me, it's so tough. leave or Gabriel or Sergio out. So tough. I think now at the moment is the toughest decision, because both, for different quality, they deserve to play. But we play with just one striker, and I have to change something, and that's why sometimes I have a problems to that. But it's the same. So there are a lot of games, and they have to be ready and prepare well to when I'm decision, especially sometimes when they are in the bench, when the situation is not good, the game is not good, be ready to try to win the game.
Earlier in the season, you played both of them. Is that
Yeah.
something are you willing to do?
Yeah, because in that moment we had Mendy. And when you have Mendy, you play wide. And the winger can go inside. Without Mendy, Delph cannot do that. And you have to be wide, Sané. That is the only reason why sometimes they don't play together.
Pep, I was just wondering, when Manchester are playing so well, are there times when you can maybe just forget that you're manager and appreciate and take joy with them like you would as a fan?
So I understood the part.
Can you enjoy how well Manchester City playing as a
Me?
fan?
Yeah.
Rather than just a manager, just sort of distance yourself and just take pure enjoyment from how well you're playing?
Of course, it's not the same when I'm a spectator in front of TV or in the stadium, but of course. So when all the managers, when their own teams play the way the manager want to play, or do we think about it and sometimes happen, of course we're happy. Of course. We cannot forget it's a game, it's a part of the joy of our lives. So, but of course, first of all, is to try to win the game, because make our life easier, but of course. But in the same times, I see, like a manager, there are a lot of things we can do better. So still, we have many things. Yesterday I saw the game as well against Leicester. We have a lot of things we can do better.
The last couple guys, we do a couple of.
Hello, Mr. Guardiola. I was wondering, how did you analyze Feyenoord and what do you expect from them tomorrow?
But I analyze how they defend, how we can attack the best way.
How you got, or how they attack. How did you analyze them?
Yeah, of course, both things. Yeah, of course.
How?
Watching their games.
Yeah, okay, but how do you see Feyenoord for tomorrow?
Well, I said before, so in front of the laptop, I see the game. I said, okay, they attack in that way. They play in Jorgensen, third man. They make a switch off, a lot of switch play, a lot of right to left, left to right. I have to see how they press, how we can find our spaces to attack.
Thank you.
Right.
Hello, Pep. You talked about Foden and Diaz. We know they've got the ability. Do you know that they've got the mentality to make the step into the first team?
I think they have the mentality, because I think they're the two guys, like, they want to become football players. It's not easy to find that, the young players. They are players that want to talent, but they want to become. They live for their profession. I think what is the mentality? Mentality. So I never saw one guy, when you go on the pitch, they don't want to win a game and doing well. So the mentality sometimes depends on the mentality of the group, the club, the team, many reasons. But I think they are two guys. They are not scary to play. If you put it tomorrow to play, they're going to try well. They are not going to feel the pressure. Of course, when that's going to happen, they have to be protected for the people for experience. I think with Phil or Brahim or Toes play with Vincent, with Nico, with Sergio, with Kevin, with Silva, with all the players, they will be more protected if they play with 6 young players. And I think when they play, they have to play 1 or 2, always surrounded for the important player with more experience. And after that, step by step, they are going to take. We cannot expect Phil and Brahim go there and be the important players to win the titles or decide. First of all, they have to join us and help us to be stable, to do what they have to do, demanding what they know to do, and they have the ability to do, and after wait their steps. We cannot forget they have 17, 18 years old, so they are so young.
Does playing and performing at the Under-17 World Cup, I know it's different, but it's in front of big crowds,
yeah,
with the world watching
yeah,
on TV. Does that help?
Yeah, no doubt about that. So when we could not allow them, Phil and the rest of the guys to go there, so he could stay here if we need them. But we believe in all of us, so go to the World Cup to play that huge experience is perfect for his, for his next steps. And of course, play the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals to win the game, to stay and to win the title. It's better than training here or playing the second team or play 10 or 15 minutes or 20 minutes and with us. I think it was so good for Phil and for the last two guys for the academy to play that competition, of course.
Hola, bon Pep. Tant Sarri com Puel, quan van jugar contra el Manchester City, van dir que sou per ara el millor equip del continent. No sé què en penses d'aquestes paraules venint de dos col·legues de professió.
Bueno, primer de tot agrair-los, perquè què més podem dir. Probablement per un equip com el Manchester City, que no té la història que té, que diguin això ja és un gran èxit. Que diguin això ja és un triomf. Això no significa, evidentment, que tu seràs, quan diuen, no, és que ens han dit que som els favorits per guanyar la Champions. I clar, això, hi ha un punt que dius, estan un pèl, però per altre punt dius, que xulo, alguna cosa hem fet bé, perquè la gent no és gratuïta per dir favorits a un equip com, la gent diu favorit al Real Madrid, al Barça, al Bayern de Múnich, la Juventus. Aquests equips són els favorits, però que diguin el Manchester City amb la història que tenim a Europa, això és un gran honor, que no ens porta enlloc si ens pensem que ja està fet, però que està molt bé. Per un club que no té, diguem, una història d'autoestima molt gran, que ens diguin això, ho agafo com benvingut i que moltes gràcies.
Both Mauricio Sarri and Claude Puel praised your team after playing against you. They said Manchester City is the best team in Europe. How do you take those kind of compliments? Well, first of all, very much to both of them. Probably for Man City, a team that still needs a history in Europe, for instance, is already a big success, is a big win. That doesn't mean that now we are favored to win the Champions League, for instance, but it's nice, and that means that we are doing things very, very well, or some things very well. But obviously, people they talk usually favorite teams are FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and others. But that people put us there, it's already a big honor. But that doesn't mean we have done anything, because we haven't, but for a club like Manchester City with still a big history to build in Europe, it's a big honor.
Buen día. Se ha retirado Pirlo, un hombre que te recordará, bueno, cuando eras joven y muchas cosas de
Pirlo.
Sí. Y otra cosa, ¿por qué llevas el lazo amarillo?
Bueno, Pirlo ha sido uno de los más grandes del fútbol italiano, un jugador que jugó en el gran equipo como el Brescia, más el Milan, el Juventus y la selección italiana. Un jugador fantástico. Ojalá todo su conocimiento en el futuro pueda servir para nosotros. Y el lazo, pues como todo el mundo sabe, esperamos que tarde o temprano deje de llevarlo, porque puedan estar las personas que están encarceladas por pedir votar. Si a un día era ya mucho, imagínate el tiempo que llevan ya Jordi Cuixart, los Jordis, más todos los políticos que están encarcelados, que ojalá puedan salir y volver pronto a casa con sus familias y puedan seguir haciendo la vida que se merecen.
First of all, I want to ask you about Andrea Pirlo. He retired from professional football a couple of weeks ago. What do you think about him? Well, he's obviously one of the best of Italian football. He played in an amazing club like Brescia, then AC Milan, Juventus, and the Italian national team. He's a fantastic player, and hopefully his knowledge about football can serve us in the future. And the second question, why do you bring the yellow thing here in your suit? Well, as everyone may know, there's politicians and people in prison for asking for a vote in Catalonia. So hopefully they are released sooner than later. The Jordis, the politicians, that they are in prison, that they can come back with their families and can continue their lives as soon as possible.